So one weapon in the history of war which is very unique in its own capabilities is the tank, and as you can see I have 3 versions of them. But the other thing which is very helpful in warfare is of course air superiority, and as you can see I have this. This is a helicopter, an attack helicopter. As you can see it has a couple of miniguns over here. It doesn't really necessarily have any rocket launchers, but this is how it looks so far. Yeah, this guy is kind of has his legs stuck over here, but I still think that's okay because, well, it stabs. This is the best what you're going to get, guys. Just look at this guy. You can clearly see that he is prepared to fly. I'm really interested how he does right now, but yeah, now we have tanks and helicopters. So we're just going to place a couple of squares over here randomly. We're not actually going to win, but we're going to serve as valuable cannon fodder. Alright, now it doesn't really have that good range, but that's okay. And there we are, the shots are being fired. They don't necessarily deal a lot of damage, and yeah, well, it's not going that very well, and the helicopter is quickly getting surrounded, but still a pretty cool unit. Yeah, and I also got some custom factions here, which I will just show off in a second. Alright, so we've got 10 keys, and now what I'm going to do here is I'm also just going to get this helicopter in our body over here. So now let's do... Okay, there we are. We have 6 versus 10. The money isn't necessarily fair, I would say. Okay, so let's start this. I'm pretty sure the Kings are going to win because there are a couple of improvements I think which would be a little bit better, but let's see. I do really wish that they had a little bit better range. Okay, they're firing their shots. Yeah, as you can see, they're... Okay, well, they've dealt with them quite easily. But still, I still think that they need to do a little bit more damage. So let's change that real quick. Okay, so I've increased the damage a little bit. Actually, by quite a lot. So let's see how he does now. Now let's lower the amount of helicopters we have, because let's imagine that they cost a lot of money, I'm pretty sure. So let's just put only 3. I think this is fair. Maybe even less. How quickly can we dispatch of them now? There we are. But now let's test out the tanks, and I'm not sure which tanks are we going to be using, but let's just use this tank. And just put a couple lines of keys over there. Okay, that's 1 key dead. Now, can he get... How many shots can he get off? Okay, that's a 2nd shot off. Now the guy on top is starting to shoot. The Kings are getting closer. Oh, okay, he scared them away. Nice. Genius move. Okay, we can kind of see where that one is going to go. For either the white or either the green tanks, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter. Okay, but now let's just get into the actual battle here. So let's just place down a lot of tanks, you know, kind of make it realistic. I would imagine that 7 tanks would be charging. Yeah, I think this is pretty realistic, if you ask me. Now let's place down the helicopters. This is like classic helicopters versus the tanks. So let's see how all of these guys do. So I personally think that the tanks are going to win because, to be fair, they deal a lot more damage than the helicopters. But you know, you might never know, so there we are. Let's just start the battlefield. Okay, a couple of helicopters dying straight up. Tanks I think are dying too, very rapidly. Some helicopters are making their way here. As you can see, they are getting shot up. This guy is also getting shot up. He's soon going to die. The helicopters are charging and you know, dodging a couple of bullets, but they didn't really dodge that shell. but it seems like they are going to win this one, even though they were outmatched. Yeah, like they were outcost, but I mean, they still won, so yeah, that's pretty impressive, I must say. I didn't really expect them to win, but they did, so yeah. But as you can see, I have a lot of new factions, like I have the Modern faction, which is a very weak faction. I have a Roman faction, the Tribal, the Viking, because personally I think that the developers should have made the Viking faction a lot more stronger and flashier. I think we could have done a way better job making it much more powerful. The Medieval faction, as you can see, there's a lot of units. The Ice Nation, as you can see, the Fire Nation, Spartans, the Sword Nation, and the French. So yeah, let's just line them up over here all, and I'll just show you them all. So guys, these are the factions which I've made quite recently. It's not all of them, but it will take quite some time if I actually take the time to interview all of them. But I have a newly made French faction, which I've actually just made today. I have a Banner Bearer, standard spear unit, this shotgun guy. He's supposed to be a slash melee slash ranged unit. Not the best. We have a cheerleader here. We have just a normal soldier, a musketeer bayonet soldier. Then we have, of course, the one who is the tallest out of all of them, which is of course Napoleon, with his nice little sword over here. And then we have over here, we have the Romans with their classic unit. He has a shield and a sarissa spear. Not that flashy. Then we have this soldier, which is a Roman spear thrower. Once again, pretty classic. Then we have this guy who is the Roman soldier, who is very chod. He's not the best at fighting, but he does have a shield. Then we have a Roman archer slash poacher. He's, I think, a pretty good, well-balanced unit. Then we have the Roman elite soldier, because, well, of course, he's elite. He's very good at his job, and he's very good at fighting. Then we have the gladiator, or the berserker, if you would like to call him. As you can see, he has double wielding axes, a nice helmet, and he goes crazy with ranged units. He's professional at that. Then we have another elite soldier, a little bit better than that one. As you can see, he has a nicely colored sword, which I have actually created myself. And then of course we have Julius Caesar, the Emperor. So yeah, this is the Roman faction. Then we have the Spartan faction. First we have a chod, very weak melee unit, not very flashy. Then we have a normal one. Then we have an elite one. Well, I mean, I say kind of elite. He's not really that good, but still very strong. Then we have the actual Spartan soldier, which is still not that good, but still, it's actually one of the best units in this faction. So yeah, this unit is very good. He's very powerful. Then we have this guy who is a little bit less powerful, I actually must say, because they're all so fast. This guy can probably just get within reach of him and then just kill him with a sword. Yeah. Then we have Emperor's Royal Guard over here. He is extremely fast and can just plow through formations, just charge through them using the Knight charge ability. Once again, insanely strong. And then we have Leonidas himself here. As you can see, he has a little bit different color from the rest of them with his helmet. He's also a lot stronger than them. And yeah, I would say pretty cool unit. This is that faction, and then of course we have Fire Nation, but I'm pretty sure you've all already seen it already. Then we have this nation. Then we have the Medieval Ages, which which to be fair, you can make a lot of units on the medieval faction team list, kind of. Because to be fair, this is just a normal peasant, this is a squire, this is a healer, this is a knight, this is a halberd, because I would still kind of technically consider it, you know, a part of the medieval ages. Then we have the jester, of course. Then we have a crossbowman, the spear guy. This is actually the pike spear, really long spear. Then we have a second version of a knight. I'm not really sure. He's supposed to be a little bit stronger, but something tells me he's way more better for crowds. Then we have the king, of course. Probably was supposed to be a little bit taller, but I think it's just the height thing, you know, random height thing. And then we have the executioner. The executioner is weaker than the king over here. I've just put it kind of in a way like this. So yeah, these are all these factions. Very cool, right, guys? And don't worry, guys, I will be making more factions in the future. And in the next episode, we're probably just going to go back to the thing which I do best personally, which is just destroy people in tabs multiplayer. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And for now, I'll see you next time.